Here in El Paso, we are trying to keep the cost of our electricity down. That's what El Paso city leaders are directing city staff to do as El Paso Electric submits several rate plans. City Council voted to intervene and review 3 proposals by the utility. Now, KTSM was the first to tell you about the most significant filing, which would require high-energy users to cover their own costs and not pass them on to other customers. That was specifically proposed as Meta continues building the data center in Northeast El Paso. Now, if approved, this rate would make it so that no one but Meta would pay for their rate, even if they use less than their allotted energy amount. The city attorney says that this is an important step to ensure rates don't go up for customers without reason.
I think the public is well aware that we've had a significant increase in all of our utilities, right? Water, electric, gas. So what the direction really is to protect the ratepayer and intervene in as many of these cases where we can ensure that we're saving our ratepayer money and that the utility clearly has the ability to provide reliable electricity, but at a rate that is affordable to our local ratepayer.
Well, Council is also taking a serious and closer look at proposed battery storage projects in Fabens, questioning whether it's needed and how much it could cost ratepayers. The city plans to review a request to extend electric vehicle programs through 2029 to make sure they're actually benefiting the community. According to El Paso Electric, Meta will start its service with the utility in this July, which is pretty quickly.
I, for one, am glad they're just not rolling over. Which has been the case in recent years. They just kind of roll over and, the utilities do whatever they want to do.
At least in this case, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are not just letting people get away with doing this.
Being these annoying little gnats.
Especially with these data centers, it's nice to see that the city is, taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of unknown, right? There is a lot of, the general public doesn't know, including myself. I'll hand up here. I don't really know either what the electricity usage is for some of these places. I imagine it is quite high.
It's got to be astronomical.
Substantially high. But whether I could tell you what that actual bill is, I have no idea. I don't even have a reference for what it could be. I will have to say, though, if El Paso wants to get serious and wants to become a place where people like this come, the city's going to have to take a serious look in the mirror, right? Because if you want to be a city that is a manufacturing boom, if you want to be a city that wants to be a tech boom, and you want to have these data centers, and you want to have these individuals be in the community, which is fine, the city's going to have to take a closer look because doing this once is fine. I don't know how attractive this is going to be if this is going to be a default, though.
Right.
Right. I see both sides here.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Obviously, I don't want to pay a higher bill. Absolutely not.
Right. Yeah.
But
you also want to draw in more people.
You do want to draw in that business
to spread out the cost.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what El Paso wants.
Yeah.
Right. You want to be one of the top cities in the United States.
So that is one of the arguments for having these data centers.
Is that you bring in those kinds of people?
It brings in people. It brings in more people, which helps the taxpayers because the rate gets spread out.
Well, that's the other thing too is what are these places saving on tax breaks? Right? Because we know when these places come in, they don't pay taxes for the first 20, 30 years.
Exactly.
They're in town,
which is the deal that Meta got.
Right. So maybe this is the trade-off. Maybe this is the other side of that coin. Right. It's okay, you got the sweetheart tax deal, but you're going to have to pay this electric bill.
Yeah.
And the city's going to get serious about that. And you know what? Maybe there is a little bit of logic in it for the city because the city knows if these El Pasoans, they'll call if they see that bill go up. They're very sensitive to that thing.
I'm just glad, time and time again, they ask for community feedback and they have all these, community meetings and we come and we speak our piece and everything stays the same.
Yeah.
So at least I'm happy that they're taking our thoughts and what we want into consideration.
It's true. There's a lot of time those community meetings where we're like, are they actually listening or are we just doing this because we have to?
Even if it's just for show, at least it sounds like they're paying attention to us. Now, it probably is all going to get down to the Public Utility Board like it always does.
Always does.
But at least we're putting up some kind of a fight.
That's